This is our set 2 of the Gemini quilting pattern guides. These are all the designs that you can choose from to use on your blocks or quilting or embroidery. You've even got that extra straight line in there to help you too. What I like to do is transfer the design that I may like onto cardstock or paper stock first to get some idea of what it's going to look like. So here I've got a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock, so I can just about decide if the pattern I'm going to draw is going to be for me. So draw a grid. It's always good to draw vertical, horizontal lines, diagonal lines, anything that's going to help you with the pattern, keeping it straight. So using this lovely wave design, I'm just drawing round to get a feel of what it's going to look like. Now with this particular design, don't forget, once you put your quilting foot, your ruler foot, on your machine, you'll be 1/4 of an inch away from that line that I'm actually drawing. But it does give you a good idea of how this will look when you've stitched it. So just to make sure I line this up, I'm going to do a vertical and a horizontal line. So there's my horizontal line. And I'm going to make sure my waves nest properly together. So if this is what you need to do on your fabric, then do it. Use an erasable pen of some sort and just replicate the design that you're going to make on your block, or this could be down the side of your quilt on a border or some sashing. So I like how that looks. I'll probably transfer that to my fabric. But let's look at a second design. So we've got some petals on there, and again just use my pen to draw myself a vertical grid, and I'll use that petal design to do something different. If I don't like it, I don't have to use it. But it gives me a good idea of how this will look on my block. There may be some parts of this you don't wish to use, but the great thing is that you've got the accuracy of the pattern guide to help you. So you can see how this would be stitched out as well. So you can imagine your sewing machine going round all these curves and where you'd stop and start, and maybe where you would actually track back on your stitching as well. So I quite like that, and this is what it would look like. Just slightly different because you lose 1/4 of an inch with your ruler foot. So how do we transfer this to fabric? Well, again, we're going to use our grid system to help us keep everything straight and lined up. And on this particular pattern guide we have a straight edge. Very useful. So I can use the one that's down the side there, or look, I've just been next to it on the left, I've actually got a groove that I could pop my pen in and use that. So again, to give you some idea, here's the ruler foot, and this is how you would track it on your sewing machine. It's like a bird's eye view. And then you repeat it on the other side. So once we've done that, we could think about transferring that lovely petal design as well. So again, we just need to do our vertical lines, and then as you can see with the ruler foot, you can see how you would go around your pattern guide. and how you would move it. So using the straight line as a guide, I can either put that first line onto my drawn line, or I can butt it up. It's up to you. But it's a good thing to have that guide there to help you. So pop your ruler foot down, a few stitches just to lock your thread, and then you're good to go. So you're literally following the edge of your pattern guide. Just take it slowly, work your way round. So this will give a slightly different look to how we drew it before, because we've got that 1/4 inch stitching line away from the pattern guide. But there's no reason why you couldn't actually stitch this onto card as well, just to see. So again, don't worry about your stitch length, just concentrate on replicating that design, moving your pattern guide along, and just enjoying the process. So this could be on your sashing, on your border. It could be that your block that you've made would really look good with this lovely wavy design. And again, just keep on going until you've completed the length of the block that you're making. So just matching up my design like a mirror image again, and just following the shape. And of course you're getting that 1/4 inch away from the edge of your pattern guide, so remember to make sure that your edge of your pattern guide is at least 1/4 inch away from your previously stitched line. So just coming to the end of that row there, and that might be all that you need for your little bit of quilting, just to complete your beautiful block that you may have made. Looks fab.